Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of the We're Just Gonna Wing It podcast. I am Mr. Get Big, and this episode I am with my older brother, Christian Ladd, or as people like to call him, C Ladd the Dad, and I fucking hate that name. But anyway, on this episode, we eat some wings, we put on a face mask, and then we spend some time reminiscing on the past. Enjoy.
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand. We swiftly carry out thy command. So we shall flow ever forth to thee, and teeming with souls shall it ever be. In nomine Patri, et Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
Killing evil's what we do. Riders, bitch, we coming through. All for one and one for all. Always killing, never fall. Always tall, always ready. Riders, man, rolling heavy. Can't stop us, we keep it going. 3 saints, keep it flow. All 3, we the riders, can't quit now. You can't stop us saying shit you couldn't think of. Flowing with the best believers. They say no, now they believe us. You think so? Try to beat us, try to end the shit we do. Cross us, leave you ruined. Blood be spewing, we ain't losing. Homies jacking, bodies bruising. You killing ain't killing evil. We the same. We ain't killing saints with guns. Defend the weak, stay on the run. Do not kill, do not right. Cross such a life we take. Veritas means I'm the truth. Awkward is justice by brute strength. That's what we got. 3 saints on your block. Do not still stay with your face. Stay on the path in which you take. Do what you say. Do what you're told. Will take a future in which we hold.
I think it's called sway. Sway or fillet. You throw things?
Yeah,
I got that for you to eat.
I don't.
Oh, that makes sense. You don't need them. So I could technically use that for my shit. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't worry about it.
Did you get him napkins?
No. They're right next to it. They're right next to it.
Okay, good.
Just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. That's why. You know that, right? I told you that already, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
I got the pun.
Thought it was funny.
I don't know how to introduce it without being
Introduce what?
stupid about it.
The podcast?
I'm just gonna let you talk the majority of the time.
That makes sense. And you just respond back.
Why don't you just say
You're doing
welcome
good so far.
Why don't you just say
Oh.
welcome to
Nice.
Yeah, we're already live,
Alright,
so you're
cool.
good. Don't worry about it. I already have it on, babe. Don't worry
I was
about
gonna
it.
say welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, we're 30 seconds in, man. You're doing fine.
Hey, I'm just trying to eat these wings.
So this is the We're Just Gonna Wing It special edition because I'm with my big brother. It's weird saying that.
I'm older than you, but not bigger than you. So
Older, smaller brother.
it works.
Older,
It works.
older, small. Yo, let's
Older,
let's
small.
see if our handshake picks up on the mic.
You're an ass.
That's right. Yes! You hear that, babe?
You guys are so
It's magic. It's magical.
Hey.
I bet it picked up really
Hey.
fucking well. I bet everybody out there was like, "Oh shit, they sound cool."
I
Like,
can't wait to
damn.
can't wait to listen.
That's exactly.
Can't wait
First
to
of all,
listen to
Megan,
it.
you're not a featured guest today.
I thought
let's pipe it
that,
down.
I thought that Kevin Hart was supposed to be here. That's
But
really
Kevin,
why I
Kevin,
came.
Kevin Hart, he had to reschedule.
All right.
He's busy shooting a movie
Damn.
that no one wants to
Drove
watch.
here for
Pets 3.
Pets 3.
Did you take Olivia to see Pets 2?
No, not yet.
You should.
Yeah.
I heard it actually does look funny.
The first one was funny. The guinea pig and the fucking
Joan
pig
said,
were my favorite.
"Don't take her." I don't know why. She never responded when I said why. Just never got a text back.
Well, I think that's horseshit. You don't just tell people not to do something and then be like, why? And they just don't respond.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the first
Don't
one.
drink lava.
The first one was good. It was on Netflix.
If it's super obvious. If it's super obvious why you don't do
Yeah,
some
yeah.
shit, you don't
Right,
have to
like-
respond. Don't touch the stove. Why? Just walk away. You ain't stupid. Don't shoot me with that gun.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't have to respond to
Yeah,
that.
no. Yeah.
Like, why didn't you like the movie? Fuck you. That's
Yeah,
not a valid.
Ignore you.
Yeah.
You don't deserve.
You're gonna be
you don't
stupid and
deserve
act like
response.
my opinion isn't like law.
I'm guessing that it was just forgotten about.
That's
oh,
fair.
but you didn't finish introducing.
You're Christian.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am Christian.
What do you want to be called? Say it. Say it out loud.
Yeah,
I'm not calling you Nick the Demon.
No, I was really gonna say C Lad the Dad, bro. I'm C Lad the Dad.
Wow, I hate it. I
No,
like that
that's
you're
what-
a dad. I don't like saying that out
No,
loud.
that's what Chris's group of friends.
They call you C Lad the dad.
If it was just C Lad, and then we all kind of like made. No, we didn't make, but we were given names
To each other, like messing around.
Yeah, it was funny. So
That is
so
actually
now
kinda
whenever
funny.
They call me, they're like, "Yo, C Lad the Dad." So just figured
That's funny.
Throw that out there on the pod.
I don't like it.
I laugh.
Throw it out on the pod.
I laugh. Yeah.
I like that you throw it out on the pod, and I mean, no.
That's okay.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know what I actually thought of? Because I've never liked any of your names.
Yeah.
I've never liked, you're not good at it. You're not good at choosing one.
Never.
I've never liked any of them. And then the one day you texted me, and we were texting back and forth about music, and you're like, I like to just put on music and just vibe. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Vibe.
Yeah, just vibe.
Just vibe.
But also, there is like I'm pretty
vibe.
sure, like one of the Flash, one of his like helpers or whatever is called Vibe. I'm pretty sure. But I still like Vibe. I don't know why. It just reminded me of you because you're that kind of guy. You will listen to music just to vibe to it.
That's mainly
what you do.
Yeah, mainly what I do, because I don't listen to just one genre.
No, you listen to a little bit of everything, and you just vibe to whatever you like.
Pretty
so
much.
I fuck with that. What do you think?
Totally did not hear you guys.
She's a real good girlfriend. Super
you told
supportive.
her that she wasn't even involved.
I know.
So she just kind of rolled with what.
That's
you
fair.
said.
I know, he kicked me out of the podcast, so
You're
you're
always
not enjoying.
You're always
the
invited,
featured
sweetheart.
guest this week, so fuck off.
No, but okay. So for real, now that we have officially fucked around for a solid 10 minutes, Christian, I texted Christian and said I wanted to do a podcast with him because, to be fair, you and I have been podcasting over the phone our whole lives, bro.
Pretty much.
So Christian is the only person that I will call and legitimately get stuck on the phone with for like 2 hours. We just talk about nothing and that's what I told him. I was like, we do not accomplish anything with our conversations, like nothing. And it's like the closest thing to a podcast I could possibly imagine before podcasting. Like we used to just call and we would just sit there and talk about total nonsense. Never had any reason for the phone calls. To this day, he still does it. Like he'll call me, and if I'm off work or something, we'll just start talking, and an hour goes by.
It like leads into like shit.
We talk about things, but like it's never like I gotta call you and talk to you about this situation, and then we discuss it and we hang up. We've never done that.
That's never how this fucking.
Like how many times a month do you think you call me and we talk for 20 minutes and you go, that's not why I called you actually.
Yeah.
It's like because it's what happens. Like you know, phone. I'm like, what's up, bitch? And then we just start yelling at each other for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, Tim.
No, but there has been in the past more so in the past.
So before, so two.
So from what I'm getting at this is, you call your guy friends more than you call your girlfriend.
100% yes.
No, just me.
No, literally, and the guy friends is a stretch. It's literally Christian. I don't call any of my, like every time, the only other person I talk to on the phone is Jake, and that's just because Jake and I never talk to each other at all. So like he'll call me, but like Jake and I's conversations are very quick and efficient.
It's not really talking. It's like
what's up, bro? Testosterone, bro. Yeah, go Birds, bitch.
No,
and then we hang
like,
up.
Fuck you. All right, cool.
Yeah, all right, cool. Later, bro. Go Birds, bro. And then we hang up. That's all it is. All right, so real quick before I forget, we're just gonna wing it podcast, and Christian's hilarious idea was to get wings and eat them, and so I thought it was funny. So I bought wings for us, and I'm eating my wings, and he's eating his wings. And then also, Megan's going to give us face masks. So you're going to do that with me, too.
You're going to look like a smart.
I don't know what that is.
She's going to put shit on our faces.
It's a stress relief face mask.
It's a stress relief face mask.
Oh,
so we're going to...
blue?
Yeah.
It's blue.
So we're gonna yeah, you have to do this. It's my podcast, bro. I don't know what part of that was confusing. Okay. So now, okay, so we're gonna jump right into arguably the funniest story. One of the funniest stories. We have a couple of really funny ones. But the first one that I remember is we're driving down the road and Christian pulls over and is like, I gotta get gas. And I'm like, all right. So we pull into Wawa. And for some reason, this is a funny story. I don't think anybody else is going to find it funny, but I find it hilarious. So are you listening, babe?
Sorry, I'm texting my mom.
Oh my God, this woman.
So really you're telling her the story.
I'm trying to tell you the story.
She found a cabin for $60 a night.
Oh my goodness.
A what?
A cabin?
Nice.
In the Poconos.
Nice. So listen to the story. So we're driving down the road and Christian's like, I gotta stop and get gas. So I'm like, all right. This was this was right after we started like driving. This was a long, and at the time all I had was a savings card.
I just got my license.
He had just got his license. All I had was a savings card, and I knew that you couldn't use it at pumps and shit. Like it wasn't a checking account; it was strictly savings. So he pulls up, and I like 2 or 3 days prior, I had tried to use my savings card at the pump, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, oh shit! Like I didn't know because this was when we first found this shit out. So he pulls up, and
It's
he
got a
goes,
debit card.
it was like when we first got debit cards and shit. So he goes to put his shit in the machine and try to get gas. And I remember like rolling out, I rolled down the window.
Is that a savings card?
And that's what I yelled to him. I was like, hey, is that a savings card?
Hey, is that a savings card?
And he just would not respond to me. But I was trying, like, I didn't know if he just didn't hear me or what was going on, but I didn't want him to make the same mistake I just made. So finally, I like shouted for like the 4th or 5th time. Like, yo, man,
I'm like pumping the gas.
Is that a savings card? And he just
like,
turns. He's like, no, it's not a fucking savings card, you idiot. I was like, all right, man, because the savings card won't work. And then I just like put the window back up. But, but like everybody at the pump was just looking at like, what is this dude yelling
These
for?
are fucking hot.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
I guess that story is only funny to us, right?
Yeah.
It was funny that I was trying so hard to save your ass, and you were just like, "No, idiot!"
Remember, kids nowadays don't even know what a savings card is.
Yeah, dude. To be fair, I had someone come up to me the other day and was
mommy and daddy's credit cards.
legit. I swear to you, this lady told me that her daughter walked up to her one day with a debit card in one hand and cash in the other hand, and she's like, "How do I put this?" And started shaking the cash. And it's like onto this, and started shaking the card. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
the fuck? Don't let her out in public.
Yeah.
I'm like, how old is she? She's like 19.
It's fucked up that.
I'm like, bro, she shouldn't be allowed to drive.
High school or like public schools don't teach that.
That was actually a meme that I saw the other day that was like, it was like me in high school. Hey, how do I do my taxes? And they're like, shut the fuck up and square dance.
Yeah.
Because we learned the stupidest, most irrelevant shit in high school. But people don't know shit about shit.
Like all the fucking. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything all the time. So the other one, this one actually was funny though, is we were playing college football. It was like back when Madden had, like when Madden was big, but then they also had college football games. So we started playing this game, and I didn't have a real bedroom at this time. So like there was only, it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and then there was like a real small den that was probably, I mean, it couldn't have been 10 by 10, like legit. And I had my bed in it, and my bed literally, like, it was a mattress that like went up against the wall. Like, I legit did not, because I was so like, fuck you, I want my own room, that I literally slept in a den. It was a den, and I had a TV in there and shit, but like we could play games in there, but like it meant more to me to have a TV in there where we could play video games than it mattered for me to have a fucking bed that I could sleep on. Like, that's how crazy I was. So we had the TV set up, we had the gaming in there, and Christian and I are sitting there one night, and it's got to be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're playing NCAA football. And so all of a sudden, we're just sitting there playing the game, and out of nowhere, we just hear this really loud whistle sound. Like someone's just whistling. He
was freaking out.
And I was like, what the fuck was that? So like, I looked at Christian, I was like, what was that from? And he was like, well, I have no idea. So we just keep playing. And then like maybe 5 minutes later, just... We're like, what the fuck is that? And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning now. Everybody's like asleep. We have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Out the window trying to see.
He looked out the window, so then finally we were like,
dude, someone's outside whistling
at us, like through the window.
Because the window is open.
So we thought someone was standing outside whistling through the window. We paused the game. I went and got a spatula. He grabbed a knife, and we start like literally. What did you do with the spatula? I don't know. We just started looking around, trying to figure out what was going on. And we were like, whatever, let's just go back and play the game. As soon as we turn the game back on. Yeah, we were in like middle school, high school. And we go back and put the game back on. A couple minutes later, hear the whistle again. And I think it was like the 4th, maybe 5th time that we heard the whistle. By this point, we're just creeped out. We're like, this is creepy. By like the 5th time, he like looked at me and he goes, bro, I think it's the fucking video game. And I was like, what? It was college football.
It was.
But there was some kind of like one of the analysts, one of the commentators in the fucking game would like whistle when certain plays would happen. It was like a sound effect.
It was when you would like hit the guy and he'd like fumble the ball.
He would like whoa, like something like that. But it was so. Like, it didn't fucking fit in the game. And we were just like, what is going on?
Like real, like,
it sounded like real life. And we were like, what the fuck is this?
It was coming from outside
and it sounded like it was coming from outside. So the whole time, we're just sketched, thinking someone's trying to find it. And then we just started, like, hysterically laughing. We're like, we're fucking idiots. And we weren't even
high, I don't think.
No, we weren't high. We were just...
I might have been.
We were just young kids playing freaking college football, man. No, it was not that even... Like, I wish we would have had an excuse. Like, and then we realized we were on Molly for 6 hours. Like, no, we were not. Like, we were just stupid ass kids who didn't know any better. It's embarrassing, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was back when the Harry Potter books like weren't even finished being out yet.
For sure.
And we used to like mow through those bad boys. Christian's a pretty big Harry Potter fan.
I don't deny that.
Spoiler alert: Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh man, you just ruined it for everyone.
For everyone.
Everybody had
no idea. On the first, you remember that on the first episode? I was like, how do you feel about the Iron Man? Blah blah blah. And Brock just looks at me. He's like, spoiler alert: Snape kills Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop saying that. Like that's so. Like it's not a spoiler.
I forgot he said that.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
Brock is kind of funny.
What a
Brock's
moron.
pretty hilarious.
I think Brock's funny.
Very raunchy, but hilarious.
It was raunchy. She just spent, how many hours was that? Grand total, it was about 30 hours in the car. I want to say, maybe, no, it had to be more. It had to be more than that. It's because it's like 15,
With
it's like 14.
Three of you fucks, so even just the two of you is worse.
Was enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is enough.
I told her, I was like, I'm sorry. I
I was
don't know what to tell you.
miserable.
She was pretty
over
upset.
there.
She was just in a bad, she wasn't, you weren't like mad at us, miserable.
You just weren't prepared.
I just wanted to sprawl out.
Yeah.
I just want to be a
You guys
diva.
weren't even in. You guys weren't even in an SUV. It was just
No.
fucking-
No,
Yeah.
it was a Honda
We
Fusion.
should have had an SUV.
It was a Ford Fusion, not a Honda Fusion. Ford Fusion.
It was a 4-door sedan. That's it.
Yeah, it's a city.
And it wasn't a super spacious sedan.
And now I have tendonitis in my knee from having it bent for too long.
Yeah. She literally is having problems with her knee.
From having it literally bent like this the whole time. For 15 hours.
Oh, from the car ride.
Mm-hmm. Well, halfway to home, she like was like, forget this, and like propped her legs up and like laid down, and I just like held her legs in my lap, and I was like, all right, if that makes you comfy. But personally, I was just in total agony and I didn't care.
You were?
Yeah. Well, what was I supposed to do?
I don't know, man.
Are they too hot for you?
They're a little hot. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what kind you got.
I got buffalo hot.
I don't know.
Because like the next level was like Thai curry, and I was like, what if that tastes like ass? But she was like, I was like, how hot is that? And she's like, do you want to test it? And I was like, it's not for me, it's for my brother. I don't know what the fuck. I was like, I'm not testing it, and then having them be like, that's shitty enough. Like I don't know. I don't fucking know what hot is. I don't do hot.
You don't do hot?
I don't like it.
Ooh, okay.
I don't. It's not enjoyable to me to have my face burn off the entire time I'm eating
That's
something.
not very enjoyable.
See, I like
yeah.
sweet and little.
Good to know that I spent all that money for some shit you don't want.
I'm not gonna eat. Well,
Their
I'll
honey
do my
barbecue is
best.
the best because it's like it has a little
Yeah.
zing to it, but it's sweet at the same time.
She had the.
I don't like sweet though. If I'm eating wings, it has to be hot, just not that fucking hot.
That's tight, yo.
Did you actually get hot or you get mild?
No, he got buffalo hot or whatever the fuck he said. It's all by temperature, you dumbass.
Yeah, it's like mood changing kind of.
Are you fucking kidding me, man? Come on my podcast, call me a dumbass.
Oh look, it's
Yeah,
turning
man,
more
what the
orange.
fuck, dude?
I think
You're
it's
holding the fucking cup and it changes not just because there's water in it, it's because the water's cold.
I know, but I just thought it was cool that literally just from my touch
I'm
alone.
pretty sure you're more fascinated than a 2-year-old child.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that everybody in the room thinks it's cool to talk shit.
Just coming at you right now.
Coming at me. I'm trying to enjoy water out of my changing cup.
Yeah, dude.
My changing color cup.
First
Fucking
form
chalice.
changing cup. It's fucking chalice.
I have a chalice in there.
He
That's
does.
awesome.
The movie tavern joint?
Nice.
I bought it a long time ago. And then I was just like, well, this is for me. Because it's huge.
It's like the first thing he brought over.
That is literally one of the first things I brought here.
You
I leave it here.
because you didn't want it anymore. You
No, 'cause I wanna
cherish
use it.
that
He
much.
made it at home. He made himself at home.
I made myself at home, man. I just moved my shit in.
You didn't move my chalice into Megan's apartment.
That's all I do, man. That's all I do. I don't care. I like that thing. It's fun to drink out of, man. It like makes you
use
feel like
it?
a Thor. Yeah, I drink it all the time.
Nice.
Makes you feel like you're
Try
a
the
fucking big
chalice.
burly man.
Big burly man.
You know what I'm saying? Don't flex your biceps at me when you
I
say
don't have
that.
any biceps to flex.
You walk too much, man.
You walk.
It makes me sad.
Dude. You
Makes me
walk too
sad.
much.
You should
burn,
walk with him.
You
No.
burn too many calories.
That's not. That's
a
not.
day.
That's not at all what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the fact that he's Karl Malone in it every day, and it makes me sad that he just like he has no choice. Like he has. Karl Malone was the
That's okay
postman.
though. I'm alright though.
Was it the postman or the mailman? They called him the postman
Yeah, postman.
because he was always in the
He's the
post,
post,
and
yeah.
then that's why they called him the postman.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it
Good
was
job,
ironic. I just put 2 and 2 together just now.
Yeah.
The mailman.
Like a double entendre, but
Yeah, but without the double.
Yeah.
Or the entendre. This podcast is going super smooth, dude.
I'm loving it.
Digging it. I'm
You
digging
like
it
it?
hard. We haven't talked about anything yet. We're like
What's the-
45 minutes
what's
in.
the-
We haven't discussed a single important thing.
That's
How about you
okay.
get to the masks?
Yeah, let's do these masks, man. You're going to go first, though.
No.
Yeah, why?
Why do we have to go first? Why can't we both do it at the same time?
All right. Babe, show us what we're doing here.
Okay.
So this is a
You're gonna.
Dead Sea Minerals anti-stress mask.
I love
I'll
that
read
I
it in
was-
French
It
now.
makes your face.
I love how
Mineral de la mer mots masque anti-stress. That's French. I know French, bro. You know I speak French?
Yeah, dude, I just heard it.
Yeah.
I speak drunk person because that's what that was.
Clears pores and smooths skin.
I was given no warning.
All skin types, bro. So we're straight.
Oh, okay.
Because you're white and I'm brown. So we got to check. All right, how much do I do, babe?
Cover your face.
So about that much.
No, we're not fucking putting. We're not putting freaking
I don't want.
war paint on.
I am gonna war paint it. She
Yeah,
knew
well, you
right
should.
away. She knew right away. Boom.
Give me your face.
So we're gonna do this. We're doing a mask. You have
Wait,
to
does
tell the
something
viewers.
Does something go on
Is
after
this shit gonna burn?
No, it tingles.
It tingles. Ooh, it feels nice.
Whose idea was this?
This was
Hers?
Megan's. Obviously, this is not my
And why were
idea.
you
He
like,
went
oh
with it.
yes,
He
I
this
thought it
went
was
with
funny.
Awesome idea.
But I thought the funny part would be that I wasn't gonna tell you until you got here, so couldn't even like. Because if I would have told you through text or over the phone, you'd be like, I ain't doing that dumb shit.
The funny part is that you're the one getting it done right now, and I'm not.
You're gonna be next, bro. I got you. I'll take care of you. This is a stress relief,
come here.
man.
I gotta get your unibrow.
Some people like to drink when they do pods. Some people like to smoke a J,
Cigars.
smoke cigars. We do masks on the We're Just Gonna Wing It podcast. It's for anti-stress. You can feel the room getting more and more relaxed.
Okay.
It's like that Calm app.
Or it's whatever
Use
chemicals
that?
that are
No,
in
I
here.
haven't.
You should
Your
try that
face.
I've
out.
seen it though. Why? Have you tried it?
I have, bro. Meditating is important.
And you just let this dry and
I
then
don't
you
have
wipe
time.
Babe, you're putting so much on me right now. I don't have that big of a face.
it. You need it.
I feel like I don't need this much.
And it's funny
Just
because,
rub
like,
it in.
Feel the anti-stress.
It's funny because like you got like the facial hair, the bottom
Taking up
is
so much
just,
of my
like,
space.
It's only up here. It's only like half your face.
Don't put it on my beard. If it turns my beard a color, I'm not gonna be able to go to work tomorrow. It's not gonna be funny. Don't put it. Just put it on my beard. I can feel her putting it on my beard. Babe! If it changes my beard color, we're gonna have a problem.
It's fine. You'll be smurfing it.
Yo, this is crazy.
Have you checked to see if it changes beard colors?
Well, we're gonna find out.
It does. You say it does or doesn't?
This
There
is
you
gonna be
go.
awesome.
I'll let you do yours.
Yeah, you do your own.
Okay.
Smurf it up. Do I look good, dude?
You look fantastic.
Do I?
You look amazing.
This is the type of shit that you do when you have kids, man. Put some on my hands. I'm gonna stress relieve my hands.
Just in case Christian needs more.
Yeah, man, you need some. Yeah, dude. Dude, get it in.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude. It looks like we're fans of the St. Louis Blues. Like we're just going to
You
a
just told me
game.
that was your fucking team. So
Dude,
I don't wanna fucking
I'm not
hear
gonna lie to you. I don't. I mean, I'm always a Philly for whatever, but I was hyped watching
it.
them
I
in the
can't see this at all.
what?
I have no idea what this looks like.
Oh, it looks great, dude. You look just like me. I bet you look much better. Yours is so much more wiped in. She just put a fuck ton on my face. I feel like it's all over my face. You look like you're getting ready to go to battle, dog. I dig it. I dig it.
It's
Yours looks
fucking-
like yours looks like you were just like, you know what, man? Fuck the opposition. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna show these fuckers how we roll.
Fuck the opposition.
I'm telling you, dude.
I can't-
Yo, what were our school colors?
Red and blue. I mean,
Blue and
Blue and
white,
white.
bro. This is just
Dude.
all we're doing is getting ready for
and
a
that's-
football
that's
game
what's
tonight.
on my face right now.
Yeah, it's way more light blue though. We were not this.
Yeah,
this blue
nah.
is not.
It's kind of like a different. It's like the same color as your shirt.
Yeah, which
but-
they won't see because it's a podcast that's all audio, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just
Just rub it in, dude.
I can't see.
I don't think people are gonna believe us, so we're gonna take a picture and we'll use that as
Oh, can we not?
the. Yeah, we're gonna do
I
that.
don't want to do that.
We're gonna have wings on our mouths, and we're gonna have blue faces.
I gotta go to this mirror.
Oh man, this is a good podcast, man. Just putting
Don't
on.
you feel the tingling and like the
Oh, you did it too. She did it too, dude. We're all together.
Dude,
I
We're
forgot there was a
Smurfs.
mirror
feel like a blue.
You feel like a new man, is what you were
there. Oh,
saying.
what's that? What, Blue Man Group?
Blue man group, bro. Let's bang on this. Let's bang on the desk a little bit.
What the fuck is this?
It washes off. You need to go do that.
You think I should? I'm worried about my beard.
It won't, because I got it on my hair.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, man. You have the salt and pepper already going for you.
That's why I said it.
You do. I don't know, man. I really dig the salt and pepper on you. I know you're not loving it.
Digging it?
I know you're not loving it.
Not
I'm sure the ladies love it.
Not when my hair's long, but like this,
I'm sure the ladies dig it.
I'm washing my hands.
Christian gets a lot of attention from the ladies.
Was he getting white hairs?
Yeah, he's getting the salt and pepper going.
A lot of women do like the salt and pepper look.
I think it looks good on people. I mean, it depends on the
there
person.
was an athletic trainer with salt and pepper hair when I was in college, and oh my god, we flirted with him so much.
I bet he was also gay.
No, he was straight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it wasn't. He was just an athletic trainer in general, not one for field hockey.
He was one for field hockey.
Oh.
He was one of the GAs or grad
What's a
assistants.
GA?
Grad assistant.
A grad assistant. Okay.
Athletic trainer.
Dude,
Fancy.
we have fucking glue all over our faces.
It's stress relief, man. Settle down. I feel
feel the
so, dude.
cooling
I
and
can't even
calming.
yell at you because I'm so relieved of
Yeah.
stress. I'm so relieved of stress. It's insane, man. It's unbelievable. Someone could come in with a gun right now, and I'd be like, "Bro, go ahead and shoot."
Dude,
We're
it's cool.
totally,
I'm
we're
just,
so
I'm
off.
just stress free.
We
It's
look
like,
like
where's the cucumbers to put on?
we look like lawn chairs, bro. We're so
We
stress
look like
relieved.
lawn-
Actually, we do match the color of my.
I know. We are matching. Dude, we look so good right now. I feel.
You look like the color of your shirt.
I feel so.
That's what
I
I
feel
told
so
him.
fantastic. First
I
form
am
blue,
Mr.
baby.
Fantastic, bro.
How long are we supposed to keep this shit on our faces?
Until it dries up a little bit.
Till it dries up a little bit, man. So we're just gonna finish the
But
pod
your
with
face
this song.
feels like it has Botox in it. That's when you know to wash it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm already feeling the cracking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was first on though, so I'm gonna be first off. What are you doing?
Okay.
Are you worried about getting on your phone and shit?
No.
Oh.
I was actually looking to look at something.
Oh. Man, I feel good. I feel relaxed. Do you feel relaxed right now?
I'm not used to having.
We should do this and then smoke a joint. That'll.
Oh, I got something
Do you
to
have
add on top of
the
this.
joint?
No.
No.
I was
It
just
just
saying in
sounded
general.
good?
Just sounded like the right thing to say.
Yeah.
This is the type of shit that people do for fun though, man. Just put a mask on, lay back, relax,
This is
chill.
not what I would do for fun.
I can't believe you went along with it, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
I was
got
like,
it
hey,
all
man.
over you, so
I was
I
like, hey
wasn't
man,
gonna let you.
I gotta let me ride on my own.
Nah, man.
Oh yeah, put that bad boy
Do
on
you
me.
really need this? No,
This is important, dude. It's part of the stress relief program
You look like
is to put a fucking shower cap on. The joke's on you, really, because you have a shower cap because you're 355 years old.
Because when you straighten your hair, you don't want to get it wet.
I feel like I look good.
You look like.
I feel like I look like $1 million.
You look like fucking one of the Smurfs. That
He's
face.
bizarre.
Papa Smurf, if anything.
He's a blue
Wait,
bizarre.
look at me. There we go.
That'll be
That's
the
awesome.
upload.
That's gonna be the cover for this episode.
This is the definition of how you wing it.
This is winging it
I'm eating wings with a stress
blue
relief.
stress reliever face paint.
See, when we were younger, we had valid excuses to do dumb shit like this. But now that we're
Anyways.
grown adults and we have there's no.
Smurf head.
Hey, there it is.
It's
Now that
fucked
we're
up.
grown adults and we have no reason to be doing shit like this, like we don't have anything in our
makes you
systems.
Feel better right
We're
now
not on
to-
Molly,
to just
living the dream.
Be a
We're
dumbass.
just being idiots. Just like there's kids out there going to the bar right now, man.
You're probably doing more productive things than we are.
No, man, we're
But just
relieving
winging
stress.
it isn't really.
We're relieving stress.
Yeah.
This is more important than that shit.
Eating wings,
Or
put
this is
face
basically
masks
like a
on.
massage for your face.
It
That's
is.
basically what this is, man.
Try stretching out your face a little bit.
Yeah, I can feel it.
I feel it.
His,
Everyone.
his is a little more thick.
Yeah, he's gabbing like a lot.
Should put a lot on my face.
It's like yours looks good, but it was like really a lot more like rubbed in than mine. I feel like she just caked it all over my face.
Kicked my shit. All she did was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fuck him up with this stress relief.
Kind of
He's gonna be so
afraid to
relieved
eat
with stress.
Eat these wings. Be eating.
Are they really that bad?
No, I don't want the stress reliever to.
Oh, you don't want the stress relief
I
on
don't
your face?
need. I don't need stress relieved wings.
You know what I thought about doing? I thought about getting the blazing wings, the bad ones.
Yeah, don't do that.
I thought about getting them
Smart.
and then
But
only
you're
getting a
still
couple of them.
And then you would.
And then I would ask you a question, and if you didn't answer the question, you had to eat one of their wings. And I was like, man, but I was gonna ask you some shit. You know, I'd be like,
You're dead.
like,
That's a waste of wings.
when was
Yeah.
the last time you
You
crapped
didn't-
down your own pants
you
and
didn't-
wouldn't tell anybody?
I don't know if that ever happened.
Yo, it's happened. You've done it. Everybody's done it.
Not as a grown-ass man. I've never shit
Everyone's done it.
I've never shit myself.
No, but it was something like that, something along those lines. I saw it on dude. It was James Corden. Jeff Gordon. No, shit.
James Gordon?
No, what's the
what the hell he's trying
the guy
to say?
who has
Corbin?
the guy who has his own show, the late night show.
Jimmy Fallon?
No. Chef Gordon. Chef Ramsay.
There you go.
Christ, that was far.
Chef Ramsay, and then
Ramsay.
the Corden guy. I don't remember his name right now, but anyway, it was a talk show, and they had like all this nasty ass food in front of them. Like one was like ball testicles, one was all this shit, and it's like he chooses what he wants you to eat. He's like, if you don't answer the question, you have to eat what's in front of you. So the first question that Ramsay asked him was like, which one of the main products that you are endorsed by that you do not use? And then he names like 3 huge endorsement products that he's endorsed by. And he's like, and if you don't answer one of them, you have to eat the bull testicles. And he was like, Apple Music, and then like, these companies it was like 3 massive companies. It was like, I forget what the other 2 were, but I was like, dude, you would never want to admit on your show that you don't use it. Like, that's not a good look, man. Yeah, so he was just like, yeah, and he just like picks up like a cow's tongue and just bites into it. He didn't have a fucking choice. Yeah. And then the other dude asked Gordon Ramsay, he's like, you have a lot of celebrities that eat at your restaurants. Which major celebrity would you never want to come back? And he was just stood there like stone faced, and he was like, shit, man, like that's a celebrity I'm about to trash talk. And he just goes, he's American. And then he pauses for a couple seconds, and he goes, no, I can't fucking do that. And just starts like eating the shit. Because you can't badmouth people on a pot. Like, everybody's going to see that shit, man. It's still not safe. They're right there, bro. Looking for your nappies?
No, this.
Oh, the beer. Make sure you find your Blue Moon. This podcast brought to you by Blue Moon. Blue Faces. We're drinking
and Blue Moons.
Blue Faces, Blue Moons, blue shirts, blue caps. Dude, we do it blue around here.
Blue shower caps. Yeah.
Blue shower caps on our heads, man.
Awesome.
I feel like this is on my face for too long.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this on my face now. She's in there watching her.
She's in there washing her shit off, and we're out here being idiots. Pause. We back. Sorry about that. We had to wash the stress relief off our face. Yeah. And it was a fun thing.
And how do we all feel?
Also, just so you know, in case any, I just remembered this. I had written a couple of fun ideas down. If anything happens while we're doing this podcast and say like a burglar breaks in, you should let Christian take the lead because he actually has a black belt.
Fucking hate you.
He has a black belt in children's karate, and he'll handle the problem for us.
Yeah.
Kick their shins in
What was the name of the karate you did?
Taekwondo?
My man. You said that shit? He said that with confidence.
Yeah.
Kick somebody's ass, though.
I took Taekwondo as a child for like 8 years.
Were you a black belt for real?
I was a 2nd degree black belt.
Oh, shit.
Almost a 3rd degree.
Oh, my God. Why would you just randomly quit that?
For football.
Oh, that was a good career choice.
That was smart, right?
Can you do me a favor? Can you just stand up and show me a kata real quick? Just do like some. Do you remember anything? Come on, man. Just stand up.
Basic shit. You can, but I don't remember forms or anything.
You don't remember any forms?
Poomsays or anything like that.
Nothing. You remember what they're called, but you can't remember any of them?
Yeah, that's what it was called.
I did jiu-jitsu for a day.
It was Korean Taekwondo.
Korean Taekwondo. He's a thug, man.
Yeah, man.
You know how I found out that he did Taekwondo? Been friends with this guy for how long?
You knew.
Walking up to his room one day.
You knew.
We were walking up the steps to his room, and I look over, and there's a bunch of belts on the wall. And I'm like, what are these? And he's like, my belts. And he said it like that, too. That's exactly how you said it. You walked by, I was walking by. I was like, what the shit is this? And he's like, it's my belts, bitch. I was like, wait, what? I was like, pause, what do you mean those are your belts? He's like, you knew Taekwondo, dude, dog. And I was like, what do you mean? And you were like, and you just like looked at me, and but when you said it, you were like, I've done Taekwondo, dog. And you threw your hands at me all fast, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, shit, you're right. It was my bad.
Sounds exactly like me.
Oh, man. We've had our share of fights, too, man. I threw this dude at a wall. His foot went through my wall. I flipped him over my shoulder.
He said, I threw you over my shoulder like a continental soldier into my wall.
Dude, we got into a fight. We were just going back and forth, and we were arguing, I think it was about your dad or something stupid like that. Like, it wasn't even.
Girl.
It was about a girl? That sounds about right. And I was just, annoyed with you. And
go for the waist!
He, literally tried tackling me.
250-pound man.
He tried tackling me. And, he, went for, a form tackle that you would do on a large man. And I as he's down there, I was like, what are you doing, little guy? And I went like this and just, wrapped around him and was like, fuck you! And threw him over my shoulder. His foot flies through my wall. And I was like, see what you did, you dumbass?
Get out! Leave my house!
And he's like, fine, fuck you! And, fucking walked out. And then, 20 minutes later, I was like, I'm going to go find Christian because he's out there doing something. Because we weren't driving back then. It was like someone probably dropped you off.
I had to call for my ride to come get me.
Yeah, you had to call for a ride to come get you.
Yeah, they came and got me.
Just goes to show how immature we are that we have to call for rides to come pick us up because we don't know how to behave one another.
Apparently, yeah.
Childish, man. You flew, dude.
Or when I punched him in the face over NBA Ballers.
He got mad at me because I was beating him in a game of PlayStation.
You were taunting.
And I was taunting because I was trashing him, bro.
Dude, you blow. You should probably never play video games ever again in your life. You are the worst. You are the absolute worst I've ever seen play.
We were playing NBA Ballers, which is the most unrealistic fucking basketball game. At any point in that game, you can just hit the dunk button and jump from anywhere on the screen and dunk. And I was trashing him. And he was getting so upset. And, the more upset he got, the more I just kept coming at him. And then, I walked out into the kitchen to grab something to eat. He just turns around and sees me. He's like, stop eating! And I'm like, why? What did you just do?
Yeah.
Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Fucking lights just go out and shit. Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, he sees me out there. He's like, stop eating! And I'm like, I'm not even eating that much. It's one snack, dude.
So you're just gonna fucking beat me at my own video games? You can't eat my food.
So he literally got up and just straight right across my chin. And I was like, you just hit me over a fucking video game, bro? He's like, yeah, fuck you. Get out of my house. Throws me out.
You didn't leave.
And I didn't leave. No, absolutely not. You don't fucking throw me out of your house. Over a video game?
It was cool.
You spent the night in school, and we just kept downloading music. And we just kept downloading music that we weren't supposed to be using the computer on, and just kept on about our business.
I probably got grounded for that. So.
He used to get grounded for spending too much time downloading music on the internet.
Or just being on the computer.
Or just being on the computer for too long, like a child. That's hilarious, man.
Crazy thing.
God, we were so young.
Yeah, man.
That feels like a different life.
Dude, that was how long? That was at least 10 years ago.
At least. I'd say probably close to 12, probably something like that.
Yeah, man, my bro.
Dude, that's
brother from another mother.
That's so long.
Yeah.
Right after you finish karate.
I'm upset that you are upset that I didn't tell you earlier.
I wanted to know that I was in the presence of a god. All those times we're at the park and dudes are picking on us and giving us a hard time, and I'm over here acting tough, and you're just standing behind me like, I would gladly fuck these dudes up with my taekwondo. You're just standing behind me like, they don't know what kind of fucking assassin is back here. Like, I'm just chilling in the front acting big, and you're just standing behind me like, dude, Julian loses, I will swift in and just chop a motherfucker in half, dude.
I'll swift in.
Just wah-bah-bah-bah! Hit him with some Korean taekwondo, dog, knife hand. You're just standing back there like they have no idea I'm a second degree. They're just about to get a second degree burn from these chops in the throat.
I always felt like that shit was kind of bullshit anyway. I'm like, damn, ain't no way I deserve to be second degree black belt.
You don't think you were that good?
Fucking 11.
You don't think you were that good, man? I think you were great. I've never even seen you do nothing.
I was
and I'm
good.
Positive you're fantastic at it.
I was good. I was good for like at the school. I was for like one of the children.
They
wanted me to like as I got older. They wanted me to start teaching like the young, like just be involved in like beginner classes.
Because you were that good.
I kind of regret like not sticking with that.
Really?
Like, for a while, yeah. Because I think
you put a lot of time into it.
Yeah. My grandmother paid for me to do that, and it was just like I want to play football, and I played for like a year and didn't even really play. I fucking played bench. And
everybody needs someone to get them a towel, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what you're there
hey,
for.
go get me that water, bitch.
And you won't play anytime I ask you to play any of our pickup games or play in our league. You're just like, nah, I'm good.
Play flag football.
now that we have flag football.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah.
Back in the day, you were.
No, I'm not playing tackle.
See what I'm saying?
All my bones would be broken in my body.
So you'll play flag?
Yeah.
You'll play flag for real?
For sure.
Yeah, we're doing it then.
All right.
You're on the team.
All right. Word.
I just put you on.
I would.
I'm not playing Saturday nights. And don't act like you have something to do.
Saturday
you can bring Olivia.
Nights? All right.
You can bring Olivia.
Is Jackie gonna be there? She can watch.
Jackie will watch Olivia for us, or Megan. Megan can watch Olivia. Olivia will be fine. She'll be so excited to run around, and she'll love watching you out there. She'll be like, now. "Dad, you're a superhero."
Good, but like, you're okay.
It's like Uncle Julian will protect you. She'll be fine.
Daddy, why are you smaller than all the other people out there?
I would love it if she asked you something like that. It's so condescending, but she's also your daughter, so you have to respond. You can't just be like, "Mind your business."
I'm a bitch. And don't care.
I don't have any size to me, so you can't say stuff like that.
Too busy taking care of you, then.
Oh my god, that was so cute.
Nah, you can't blame it on her. It's not her fault.
No, it's not. You're just lazy. I'm just playing.
That's
I said to him today.
accurate.
I was like, "You don't got time for the gym, but you're all caught up on Gotham." Like,
I hate you. And I'm not.
I'm not. I'm missing like 2 episodes. I'm fucking way behind.
I haven't seen any of the new ones. I've seen like the first 2 or 3 seasons.
I just remember being at your apartment and you told me about the show, and I was like, "You got time for this dumb shit?"
It's been a long time since I've watched that show.
Have you ever seen a UFO before?
Yes.
When? Like recently? Like last week?
On my way here.
On your way here?
Yeah. First time I ever saw one.
Shit. What was that like?
No, that's a lie. I've been abducted before.
You've been abducted before?
Yeah.
Was that on the way here too?
No.
This is a different situation?
Yeah.
What happened? No, we're gonna 60 minutes this. This is gonna be this is a 60 minutes conversation.
Concern in his voice.
I'm worried about you.
What happened?
Tell me what happened.
I was abducted, man. I don't really remember.
That's rough, dude. Did they do science experiments to you and shit?
No, we just kind of got fucked up, and that's why I don't remember.
You just got fucked up?
Yeah.
One blue moon?
No, from like the blue stress reliever thing.
The blue. Oh man, do you remember that one time we took those? That's gonna be a stupid ass thing to tell our kids. You remember that one time when you came over? We did a pod and we did put fucking stress relief face masks on. We drank Blue Moon and talked about you getting.
Why is everything blue?
I know exactly what song I'm gonna put on the intro of this fucking pod.
I'm blue.
I'm blue.
Nice. I like that song.
You do like that song.
It's a great song.
It's a great song. It's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe.
I swear people.
Mood as fuck.
I swear people are gonna think you're like high as shit, and your guys aren't at all.
No, this is just how we are. This is just Julian and Neek.
I'm probably always high.
This is just Neek the Demon and Lux just having a conversation. I can't stand Neek the Demon. I cannot. I hate that more than C-Lad the Dad. C-Lad the Dad is better to me than any name you come up with.
Way better than anything else.
You had your Prophecy.
No, that wasn't me.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember that ever being a thing.
Prodigy, Prophecy, Prodigy, one of those.
I thought that was Russ.
No, Russell was
at one point.
Tragedy. He was
Trage.
Actually, you know what? I think he might have only ever had one name. I think Tragedy was the only name he ever had. Insignificant. That was Chris. That was a funny one. Steady Crusher.
Steady. It's not even a rap name.
My God.
It's not a rap name.
Why did you let me do that?
I was Aftermath.
He was Aftermath before Science. I probably still have that.
Social studies.
I probably still have that piece of paper that we printed out for the subliminal ones, and we talked about the rules of subliminal ones, and we all sat down and signed that piece of paper. and swore by those rules.
And Chris broke every single
Chris
one
broke
of those
every goddamn rule on that motherfucker.
It was
That
like, oh, this is a rule?
Oh.
Fuck that shit.
Oh, not fucking each other's girls? Bang! Cross that one off the goddamn list. Let me handle this problem.
It wasn't even to that extent. It was like, don't talk to like.
It was like,
friends.
don't talk.
Oh, wait,
if I have a
fucking-
girl, you're not allowed to talk to her behind my back. Chris said, check fucking point.
It was like a to-do list, not a not to do.
Everybody else was like, oh, so we're not supposed to do this shit on this list? Word. Chris looked down and was like, oh, so this is my fucking, this is my bucket list before I die? I gotta knock all this shit out? That's exactly what happened. That sounds much more realistic to what actually happened.
It was.
Well, he had another name that I could not stand. Insignificant was funny.
Chris?
Yeah. I mean, Chris Raw was, I liked actually. I kind of liked
Chris
that name.
Raw, Chris R.
I didn't like Chris R.
I didn't like Chris R either.
Chris R was not a good one. Chris Raw was cool.
Yeah.
But not when he used to go, Chris Raw.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. But when he was just...
Not when he used to go,
Chris Raw. I was like, turn that shit off.
yo. I don't remember his other name.
Do you remember the song that we made with that dude from England?
I'm a monster?
No. There was another dude from England, and we made a song with him.
I wasn't on that.
You weren't on the song.
Chris had features from, Psycho. His name was Psycho.
The dude's name was Psycho. What was the name of the song, though? I featured on the song, too. Chris and I both did.
I don't remember. That's fucked up.
We used to steal his beats.
Who? Mine?
Me and Chris used to steal your beats. He would send us a beat and be like, yo, how dope is this beat,
I
bro? I'm
spent,
probably going to turn this
hours,
into a fucking...
on Sound Click. Is that what it was?
Sound Click? Yeah, Sound Click. And
Trying
he
to
used to
find
go
fucking
through for
instrumentals.
fucking hours.
And then I'd
He would listen
send the
to
best
every
ones
one of
to
them and download the best
I'd
ones.
fucking hear them
And then he
rapping
would
all
send that
over.
shit to us, and we would just blow those fucking things up.
I'm like, I'm no longer sending you guys shit.
Man, that was awesome, man. Those were the
Until
days,
I'm with
bro.
you guys.
Those were the
Dude,
days.
we had a dream.
We had a dream. Gotta chase your dreams, dude.
Yeah.
That's my new thing on this podcast.
your
I say that
dreams.
at the end of all of them now.
Do you?
Because I want motherfuckers out there to chase their
Dream
dreams.
chaser, bro.
Dream chaser. Flamers, bro. I still to this day think that Flamers is so much hotter than what most people put out.
Oh,
All of the Flamers.
that's true. Yes.
Flamers,
I agree.
Flamers 2, Flamers 3.
And all his Dream Chaser mixtapes are fresh too.
Dude,
And
he
that's awesome.
crushes everything.
Yeah,
he
Meek's
crushes
doing
everything.
Meek's doing big things right now. He's probably one of the top 5 favorite artists.
I don't like any of the littles. Yachty,
I listened
his
to
his brother Uzi.
his
I
brother.
like that people
They're
call
all
Little
brothers.
Yachty Little Boat.
Lil Boat.
Little, they're like not fucking
He
with him.
calls himself Lil Boat.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's not as funny now. But there's like this
I'm
video.
pretty sure he probably
There's like
came
this.
up with it.
There's like this video that this kid has online, and he's like, it's like a little white kid with like a cup of apple juice and shit, and he's like, I'm about to listen to the new Little Yachty Little Pump song. I'm gonna let y'all know what I think, and he like plays it, and he's like listening to it, and he's just like this, just like robbing. He's just like vibing with it. Just the kid's got to be maybe 8 years old.
Nice.
And then like Little Yachty comes on and he like does his verse. He's like, nope, not feeling Little Boat. Nope, not feeling Little Boat here. And then like I don't even know who the hell else is on. I think it might be Pump, and he's just like, ooh, I dig this. And I'm like, they're not rapping. None of them are saying things.
It's a vibe.
It's all vibe, but it's a bad vibe. I don't like it because I feel like back in the day, music.
What you're looking for.
Back in the day, music had a purpose. Not even just the lyrics meant something, but there was a purpose behind it. There was something behind it, something attached to it. When
Right.
Pac used to make songs, he was legitimately trying to read you a story about what was going on in society. Like,
But not
he
every
legitimately...
artist back then was like Pac though. Either.
Now you can
They're
rap
still
about a
bullshit.
hot dog and get like millions of dollars.
There's plenty of songs out there by Cardi B that sound like they're about hot dogs. I fucking hate that trash can. I hate that girl. I don't hate easily. Cardi B
Why
can
do
get
you
the
hate her? Do you
fuck
think
out of here.
Just because of her ratchetness, you hate her?
Well, that on top of the fact that she just randomly be like
Yeah, she
raping
got
dudes
me
and like
biased.
stealing their money and shit and like not getting in trouble for it. She's the woman version of Bill Cosby and just doesn't get in trouble for it.
I mean, I still listen.
She came out.
Yo, Cardi.
She came out and said that she used to drug dudes up and steal their money. And no one cares.
Paying her anyway.
No one cares. But like, Bill Cosby did the same thing to a lot of women. And it's completely different.
I could see your argument, but I consider it
just because she's a hooker because guys were paying for sex, that's okay? You're allowed to rob them then?
No, because prostitution is against the law. But
that was in her past. What, Bill Cosby's wasn't?
That went under the radar.
They were,
and he didn't admit it.
And they were consenting.
So it's okay if he
they were
if he admits
consenting.
it?
The girls that Bill Cosby was doing it with were not. That's the difference.
Yeah, you're consenting to sex. You're not consenting to getting mugged and having all of your shit taken.
That's true.
If they don't like the sex they're getting,
she was robbing.
She was robbing people,
but she wasn't raping.
You're consenting. You're consenting to come over. I didn't say no. But you're consenting to come over to do a pod. If I put shit in your Blue Moon and put a face mask on you and there's chloroform in it, I take all of your shit out, and then the cops show up and they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, he consented. I'm sorry, but he consented.
Technically, he's not consenting.
No shit, that's exactly what's happening to all these guys while she's taking all their fucking...
But that's the guy's fault. They should be suing the shit out of her then.
Exactly.
And
she shouldn't be allowed to make music.
Bill Cosby
she shouldn't be allowed to make music.
Well, she doesn't make music, I guess. Because
Bill
all of
Cosby
her shit is trash.
So.
Mike does that shit to me.
I think she's better than Nicki Minaj.
Well, I mean, if we're going to compare... That's like saying that Nicki this dog speaks better than this cat.
Obviously, Nicki back then, but Cardi's talented.
Nicki don't write her own shit either.
Talented.
They don't write their own shit. You mean to tell me they don't have ghostwriters?
No, for sure they do.
Exactly. Then what are we talking about?
Writing her own shit.
Like, everybody has ghostwriters nowadays.
Yeah, you can't even say that now. That's like
back in the day, people used to fucking write their own shit.
You used to like not get fucked with if you had a ghostwriter. It was like,
I'm telling you, dude.
You're lame.
I'm telling you, dude. I mean, I like Budden's podcast, and I've told you that I like Budden's podcast. But like the one thing,
been listening to it more until recently.
I have been listening to it more recently, but the biggest reason why I dig his podcast so much is because it got me back into his music again. And Budden's music is so ill.
He needs to put out
his albums, his mixtapes, everything, dude. Content. Escape Room, like Padded Room or whatever it was. I meant to say. He has such good shit.
He trashes a lot of his.
Have you ever heard Inception? You've heard Inception. Yeah. That is one of the low key best songs of all time. Like, it's insane. And it's
what made you go back in just because it's Joe Budden?
No, it's because when Megan got me this new laptop, I went back and found all my old shit. And I had his whole padded room.
All that
that's shocking. Shocking information. You've downloaded music before? You download shit. You download shit like it's going out.
Projects by Joe Budden on your old laptop.
Yeah, man. You probably the reason why I have it. Padded room, escape room.
Bunch of mood music.
See, the mood musics I didn't like as much because I'm guaranteeing you that each one of those was written about a different chick.
Those were probably more mature for us at that time.
Yeah, now I probably would dig it, but back then it wasn't my flow.
Right.
But I like Inception. Like, literally, when he's warming the song up, he's like, warm it up real quick. Microwave. And it's just, like, it's funny, but it's also, like, shit about to get hot. Summer. Like, it's just... Y'all ain't ready for this. Virgin.
He said...
Like, he says this shit while they're warming up, and I'm like, dude, like, people don't understand, like, the innuendos. It's like when you listen to M, and you slow M shit down, and, like, sometimes you hear the things he's saying, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how does he do that?
But now it's not about that anymore. I mean, it is about that. Like, it's kind of getting better, but it's not about that anymore.
Now it's all about...
It switched
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci
now
Gang,
it's
Gucci
about
Gang, Gucci Gang.
Melodies and...
It's all about how you feel when you're listening to it and not actually about what's happening.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter anymore what the words are. It doesn't matter what you say. As long as you're on the beat to some extent,
it's catchy
and it's catchy.
Yeah, like 6ix9ine, bro.
None of it.
People love 6ix9ine.
Can't stand any of it.
Yeah,
I hate all of it.
A couple good songs.
Tekashi. Dude looks like a fucking Smurf.
Well, he's in fucking federal prison right now.
Yeah, for a lot of shit apparently. Trying to be Papoose apparently. Isn't that what Papoose got in trouble for? Had a shit ton of guns. Isn't that what Papoose got locked up for?
He's not.
It wasn't Papoose. Was it Papoose?
I think what is he? Yeah, I mean he's there for attempted murder.
Tekashi is?
Well, yeah, or having something along.
Maybe he paid
those
somebody or some
lines.
shit.
Or a shooting or something.
Oh, Tekashi?
Tekashi, yeah, what's he in jail for?
He's in jail for, like, child pornography.
Tekashi?
69?
Yeah.
Tekashi 69, are you
Yeah.
sure?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. As much as I don't like him, I don't think that shit's right.
Wait.
No, I'm pretty sure it was something underage children.
I did not hear anything about that.
He was with
The one thing I
somebody.
do like about him is he had like an interview where he was like on a Sway type show. I don't think it was actually Sway, but he was on a Sway type show.
Yeah, child sex charge.
Get out. But
He had physical contact with a 13-year-old girl.
oh, well, not child pornography.
No, he
Not
said-
pornography. but
Having a
there was
relationship
something-
with an underage girl
Technically
is
he's a
very
pedophile.
different.
Still,
That's not
same
why.
shit.
That's not why he's in jail though. He's facing 32 years to life in prison on racketeering and firearm charges.
Well, I'm sure the 13-year-old thing didn't help.
No, that actually
No,
happened
but
too.
he did. Yeah, he was dealing with a case for having that with.
That was first, and then after
Yeah.
that.
But to
was
be
the
fair,
charge.
kids nowadays don't look like they're 18,
She probably
so
looked like
it's
she was
like,
21.
For a
But
13-year-old
13 is-
girl.
oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's
13
not,
is
I'm not
prepubescent,
justifying it.
like-
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that kids nowadays, if you look at 18-year-olds, you're like, what the shit is this? We were the most
look like
goofy
they're
looking motherfuckers
25
when we were.
when they're
But at the
18.
same time, like,
Dude,
you
I was
see a
getting
young
carded
girl
at
and you
22,
think they're young,
23.
ask their fucking ID. Just
Dude,
in
I got
case.
carded for cigarettes at
Save
23
yourself.
because we didn't look like that back then.
I still
man.
don't look like I'm fucking.
No,
almost
you
30.
look like you're 14 years old. I should be taking that blue moon away from you. How do you have a
literally able
3-year-old?
to
Were you
drink?
11? What's the matter with you?
Why do you have fucking a head full of gray hair? You're like 10 years old. What the fuck is wrong with you?
See, there's plenty of kids on Xbox right now who are willing to pick on you for your fucking gray hairs. That was the other thing, man. We grew up with just being ruthless towards each other, man. Kids nowadays are too soft.
Some kids.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like Olivia's not gonna put up with people's
they
shit.
roast us. I mean, kids are out there roasting each other.
Olivia's not gonna put up with people's shit though. That's the difference. Olivia's gonna be a little thug running whatever grade she's in, man.
She's gonna be awesome.
She's gonna be a queen.
She
She's
is.
crushing
She
it.
already is a queen.
She's gonna be a good person in
She's
general.
gonna be right.
Exactly. That's the best way to put
Well
it.
said.
Christian and I are over here just spouting shit off the mouth. You said it right.
She's going to go through the catty girl spells, but she'll be
Megan
good.
looked at me and last time we were there for the birthday party. She's like, I don't think she liked your beard. I was like, all right. So I went home and shaved my fucking beard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you shaved
And
it?
then
Yeah,
you never.
it bothered me.
you
It
haven't
made me
seen her
sad,
since.
and then I haven't seen her since anymore.
Little kids,
But it made me
though,
sad, man. I was like,
little
no, I don't
kids-
want to be afraid, and then I shaved it
Well,
off.
think about it. Little kids get a little scared. Like, if Christian grew a beard, it would probably scare the shit
Okay.
out of Olivia.
Trust me, he's trying right now. Christian has not shaved in several
This
years.
is like we.
Christian
I
wants to be
can't.
me so goddamn bad with this beard. This is, dude. I shaved at 4:30 today. This was from 4:30 to now.
Like, yeah, but you you.
I was at work. I
you
stopped
didn't have a
working. I
baby
went
face,
in and was
you
like,
fucking asshole.
Werewolf or man?
No, you
it's
didn't.
unbelievable.
No, you
Dude.
didn't.
It's
You're
incredible.
a fucking liar.
Why would you? It's 11 o'clock. Why would you think that I'm being serious at all in any way,
I wasn't
dude?
really,
One time,
When are you serious?
one
wasn't
time,
listening to your times. I was
one
just listening.
time we were going to pick up this kid to play basketball with him, and his name was Essay,
Huh.
and his family only spoke Spanish. So we walk up to the door.
It's like the second or third time I ever met SA. By the way,
He's never met him. He never really met him much. So we go up to the door to get Essay to play basketball, and his dad answers the door. And I look at his dad, and I say in Spanish to his dad, I said, hey. I was like, is Essay here? And he's like, he's upstairs. And I was like, can you grab him? We're going to go play basketball. I said, oh, this in Spanish.
and as he said that fucking
I said all that
first
shit.
sentence, I gave him
Like a
a
weird
look
ass
of like
look.
disgust. I'm like, or confusion. Like, do you speak Spanish?
So I turned around, and
Nah,
he's
bro.
like,
Nah.
you
Nah,
speak
bro.
Spanish, dude? And I turned, I was like, no. And he was like, oh, all right. And then we just stood there, and I'm like, you're an idiot. So I just turned
No,
back
but
around.
yeah.
Like I was just like, I'm not gonna fucking talk to you if you're gonna be doing dumb shit like just blow. Like, he just looked at me like, you speak Spanish?
Like his last name
And I was like,
Spanish.
no, exactly. My last name literally means castle in Spanish.
I didn't know.
And my first name was Julian.
Julian Castillo.
You say it like the whitest dude. What's your name? John Smith. That's just the way it is, dude. Sorry.
Julian Castillo.
Hate to break it to you. But then I just finally, he's like, dude, you do speak Spanish.
Because, like,
I
essay,
was like, no
essay came
shit,
out,
bro.
and you can proceeded to speak in the dialogue with fucking essay, and I was like, you're a dick. Like, you're an asshole.
I just started speaking Spanish to essay
I really
again.
believed you when you were like, no. Like, because I didn't, like, I couldn't really hear you guys talking, but, like, it was, like,
You're pretty sure it wasn't fucking English.
Quick exchange before he was, like, he went back inside, and I was like, did you just speak Spanish? Nah.
No, dumbass. No. And you got so, like, annoyed. You're like, you fucking dickhead, you do speak Spanish. I'm like, yes, bro, that's what I just did. Like, I'm standing in the doorway.
I'm fucking Costa Rican. Are you kidding me right now? You don't think I know Spanish? Like,
you're just like, yeah, man.
Well,
but I had a lady do that to me today. She came walking up to the counter all slow, and she was just like, speak Spanish? I was like, yeah. It's like not just a super sick tan, bro. It's not just
I get that at work all the time.
It's not just a super sick tan.
We deal with a lot of Philadelphia patients.
You mean on the phone?
On the phone.
That's completely
But they
different.
understand what I'm saying.
That's
and they're
perfectly
like,
fine. But no, but I'm saying, I thought you were,
Spanish?
baby, I thought you were saying that people walk up to you on the street and go, you speak
No,
Spanish?
no,
And I'm like, are these fucking people blind?
We call that.
Fucking, you look like a Viking. Like, you don't speak Spanish.
You look like a Viking.
Like, you're clearly not, I mean, like, when people assume about me, it makes sense. I look Hispanic. But she just looks at me, speak Spanish? I'm like, yeah. Sure do, kid. And then I go into my Spanish, and then when I'm done, I go back to my English. I had a guy the other day that after I got done speaking Spanish.
And your sister?
Jackie's has different ways of doing things. No, I was
Jackie
when we first
knows what she's
when we were younger, when I first started learning Spanish, I was at the age. I learned from speaking to my family in Costa Rica. Like we would go to the family. I was the guy who I would go hang out with my cousin. We would go play soccer. We would go play basketball and be out. I didn't have anybody around me that spoke English. I was a fucking kid. I was a kid standing there going, "Hey man, pantalones, donde? Where are my pants? Like, where are they? I need my fucking pants." Yeah, and Jackie sat at the house and hung out with my dad and stayed with my grandmother, and my dad was with my grandmother.
So your dad was like the translator.
My dad was my sister was the little princess who liked to hang out with my dad and chill with the family. I was like, hey, Michael and I are grabbing a fucking book bag full of shit. We're leaving. We will be back whenever we get back. And my father was like, fucking have fun, bro. And that's why I learned Spanish, because I forced myself to learn Spanish.
Did you ever live there?
Never lived there. The longest I spent there was about 2 weeks when I was younger. I always wanted to live there, but you can't make money while you're there. It's too hard. There's no good jobs. There's no. To be fair, actually, I can make
probably less.
Like if you take 100,000 over, you're done. You don't need a retirement plan. If you have 100,000, you're done.
You're like a millionaire there.
You have plenty of money and you're done. You're good. That's all you need. Like you could live off less. You could easily live off less. But I mean, you build your house for less than 20. You don't pay taxes the same way.
Life is probably so shitty.
No, it's actually way better.
Really?
Because you got to think about it, dude. Here, things are complex. Things cost money. There's all these different bougie items that motherfuckers need all the time. There, you get your rice, you get your beans, you get your eggs.
You don't even need a license to drive a car, apparently.
No, man, you do what you want. I learned how to drive stick shift at 10 years old.
It's fucking awesome.
I legitimately learned how to ride a motorcycle at about 8. And I started driving stick when I was 10 or 11.
Freddy's confused. He needs to go to Costa Rica.
How long is this podcast? I swear it's over an hour.
No, it's not. Who's Freddy?
Fred.
Boy, you can't drive stick?
Aaron's dad.
Can't drive stick?
No. Never mind.
Yeah, you're not making any sense. No, but like things are just different there. And like when you say like living situation is not the same, it's because you just don't need the same things here that you need there. Like, you can live off of less. You know what I mean? It's a simpler life.
Like, the things that you're buying, like food, may not be as great quality as it is.
Oh, well,
here.
yeah, I mean, like, you can't go to a store and buy, like, I mean, there's restaurants you can go to where you can get high-end meals and shit like that, yeah, but people
It's not
don't
like
need
a giant
to do that
over
there.
there.
Yeah, there's grocery stores. Bro, it's not, like, a totally outdated civilization. Like, San Jose has McDonald's and Subways. Like, the major cities have, like, plenty of major shit in them. I mean, yeah, they have weird shit in them, too, that you don't have most places, but, I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But there's also, like, in the smaller cities like us, yeah, everything's much more rural. But again, it's a different style of living. People don't have their phone up their ass all the time here. Like, you have kids here who walk into a store to sit down and eat a meal, walk into a restaurant, and they flip out if they don't know the fucking Wi-Fi password. It's not the way it is down there, man. People have a different style of living. Yeah. You know? So quality over quantity, all that type of shit. Huh?
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, it's different. That's all it is.
Well, all cultures are different.
Yeah, it's the same concept. It's just, you know, things are different. It's not better or worse. Actually, I think it's better, but it's just different for most people. A lot of people would get there and not love it. I love it. I love every second of it.
Right.
But I have my family down there too, and that helps. Being able to see people see
family in like a different country. That'd be dope.
I'm gonna go visit my family.
Well, the house that
I have family in Wales.
The house that my father built my grandmother's house, so it's technically like our house. So he says is like, you know, whenever you want to go down there, you can, like, your grandmother can't tell you no, it's our house. Like, I mean, I would never throw my grandmother out of her own house, but I'm just saying, like, I can walk in and be like, hey, this is my fucking house, man.
Fucking house. Penetrating.
This is where I live now, man. I live here, man. Chew that out, man.
The penetrator built your house?
Don't call him that. When we were kids, my dad literally gave himself the nickname of the penetrator.
That's a little.
Dude,
for exactly the reason that you're thinking.
He used to give Chris so much bad like advice.
Yeah, man. My dad was so. My dad would walk into the room and be like, "Smells like fucking pot in here, man.
You got the pot?
You guys got pot in here, man?"
Sometimes I'd be like, yeah,
we have the pot.
I have pot. Do you want some?
And he would be like, "No, man,
would you like to smoke?"
That's just bad for you.
This is bad for you, man.
Yes.
Then you would just walk out.
Yeah, he never wanted to smoke with us. He was just like, "That's just bad for you, man."
Who got
the pot, man? And then that's just bad for you, man.
That's bad for you.
It's like, all right, Dad. Anything else you need? Nah, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I got some things to do, man. My dad sounds exactly like that. You met my father. He sounds exactly
Maybe
like
not
that.
as deep a voice.
Yeah, no.
He's like, how you doing, honey? I'm like, "God, that's nice of you, Dad." And he walks out. He's like, you crazy, man.
You crazy.
Before I met you, my dad used to ask me all the time, like, "Man, I don't ever see you with a girl, man. You gay?" It's like, "Nah, Dad, I just don't feel like putting up with that bullshit, man. That's all it is." He's like, "Are you sure you're not gay, man? It's okay if you're gay. You just tell me." I'm like, "Dad, it's not."
At least he was accepting if you were.
He's very accepting. He was just like, he just wants to know, man. That's all. I'm like, I get you want to know, but that's not what's going on, Dad. What are you, gang, man?
He just wants you to bring someone around. That's all. He doesn't
Yeah,
care, male or female.
doesn't matter who it is, bro. Just get here.
I just
want you to be happy, man. You want to be gay? You can be gay, man. And I'm like, all right, thanks, Dad.
Just know you can be gay around me.
Yeah, just, you know. And I was like, yeah, go buy some more fucking hair gel, Dad. Just settle down.
Your dad's hair is always on point.
My dad's hair is never not on point. If you see my dad's hair off point, something is wrong. My dad is ready.
Like he's cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
My dad is yeah.
He's not moving.
He comes walking. He comes walking out. He's like, I got like 50 orders back there, man. It's fucking crazy. You look over at him and you're like, you look like you were ready for your photo shoot. I don't know what you're referring to. Like when I'm busy as shit, my hair does not look that like immaculate. All fucking title waved up, looking gel still in it, shirt covered in food, potatoes on his chest, but that hair is perfect. Oh man, yeah, we're definitely over the time limit. I think this was very productive. I feel very stress relieved.
Yeah.
We got the blue shit off. We got the blue shit off our faces. I feel stress relieved. We had some wings.
And these fucking great wings.
These way too hot wings that you didn't even enjoy.
I actually did.
We're just gonna wing a podcast brought to you by the wings that I bought for everybody.
Yeah.
And the Blue Moon and the stress relief. Megan, thank you for sitting in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at any point in time you could have went to bed, but you didn't. And that's real dedication.
Shout out to the color changing cup.
Shout out to my color changing cup.
First form.
Yeah. I just want everybody to get out there and chase their fucking dreams, man.
Every time I hear somebody like trying to find like supplemental, just any kind of supplement thing, I always like refer them to First Form because one, that's the only really company that I know, and you back it, and if you back it, then
I only back shit I like.
Yeah, and it's gotta be good.
The new protein that we got is legitimately called Margarita. It tastes like a fucking margarita. I'm going to make you one right now. Okay. As soon as we're done this podcast, I'm going to get off here. All right, I got to go because I got to make my boy a margarita and the night off. So I'm gonna tell everybody what I always tell them. Why don't you chase your fucking dreams, man? And what are you going to say there, Mr. Fantastic? Go ahead. Give me a sign off. Something fantastic for these people to hear, man. You want them to get out there and just vibe, right?
Yeah, just vibe.
I like it, man. I do. You're going to find you a woman someday who's going to put up with your bullshit. All right, everybody. Take care, man.